some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Casey saw all the games, knew the players by their first names, told the umpire he was wrong all along, good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Casey knew what to do. Just to cheer up the boys she knew, she made the gang sing this song. Take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Greetings, folks, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where tonight the Baltimore Orioles will begin their final homestand of the 2025 season as they play the first game of a 4-game series against the New York Yankees here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland. How you doing, everybody? It's your old pal, the BirdWatcher here. People call me BW for short, and that works for me. The Orioles are coming off a road trip where things started ugly and ended much more pleasingly. But, we got swept by a team that's playoff bound, and we went and swept the worst team in the American League. I guess that's just how it should have gone. I don't know. But we've got some momentum, 3-game win streak. We're back home, and we're taking on our bitter rivals, the Yankees. 10 games left in this season, folks. 7 against New York. I told people in a community post that I only put out about 45 minutes ago. Should have put it out last night. You know, we know this season has been a disappointment. But look, I'm not about to just ignore that over half of the games of a season against the Yankees are still left to play. We play them 13 times a year. We've got 7 of them coming up here over the next 10 or 11 days. So let's lock in. We're spoilers here. We can't really sit here and pump our chest in terms of, the postseason around the corner. They're likely going. We're definitely not. But we could make things miserable for them in some way, shape, or form, and let's just try to beat them as much as we can. The Orioles are still within some degree of possibility of finishing with a record that is not a losing record. What is our record right now? 70-80, right? 71-80. What is it? 71-80? 72-80. 72-80, folks. We're allowed to lose one more game. That's it. And to have a winning record, we'd have to win out. So it's asking a whole lot, but let's just take it one game at a time, folks. All right, let me look at this. Well, here's some good news. Maybe this will help us. According to Brian Hoke on Twitter, Jake Rill, Oriole beat writer, retweeted this about an hour and 5 minutes ago. The Yankees got into Baltimore from Minneapolis around 3:30 a.m., according to Aaron Boone, who said, quote, "We did pretty good timing-wise. Late report and no on-field batting practice, though some infielders are taking grounders." So, the Yankees might be a little bit jet-lagged, folks. They might be a little bit, sluggish. Let's hope that's the case, because they've got their ace on the mound tonight, and runs might be at a premium for us. This might be a game where we need to scratch a few runs across any which way we can and hope that our pitching can be there for us as well. Now for the news that has me a little bit upset, which is our lineup tonight. I'm just going to skip right to this and address it before going over the matchups and the lineups. But Tony, you can't do this, man. You can't do this, dude. The Orioles tonight, Sammy Basayo is going to be behind the plate to catch. And look, I know that Sammy is going to have to learn a lot of stuff at the major league level. He was called up ready to hit, maybe not necessarily ready to be a major league caliber catcher, and we barely held on to a large lead against the worst team in the American League, the White Sox, and unfortunately Basayo just unable to block pitches in the dirt anywhere around, lots of wild pitches, and it led to lots of runs for the White Sox yesterday. So he's behind the plate tonight. Now, if it was just that, I'm not going to be upset, but we've got a questionable defender catching. And then I'm looking at this outfield tonight, and I'm asking myself, can we at least have one, defensively sound outfielder out there tonight, please? Just one out of the three? You know, Colton Cowser, Dylan Beavers, Dylan Carlson. I would say those three guys are competent, if not above average, defensive outfielders. None of them are in the lineup tonight. Instead, our outfield defense is the worst outfield defense on paper I've seen from this team the 2 years I've been calling this game. Tyler O'Neill will take his spot in left field. Jorge Mateo will be in center field again with Jeremiah Jackson in right field. Now look, Jeremiah Jackson, he himself is learning as he goes, but he is an inexperienced outfielder still. Only a handful of starts at that position at the minor league level. And for the Orioles to find a way to get him into this lineup after we had our trade purge at the deadline, they stuck him out in right field and said, let's see if this works. At the very beginning of the experiment, it looked like a disaster. Jackson does look like he's improving and learning as he goes. And, you know, with where we are in the season, I'm willing to accept that as part of the way things are. But we are playing the New York Yankees tonight, okay? And we want to win, and we're facing their best pitcher, okay? So I think defense is extremely important. And look, maybe things will work out for us, but you can't deny that on paper, an outfield defense of Tyler O'Neill, Jorge Mateo, and Jeremiah Jackson. Look, there's a reason why Jeremiah gets substituted late in ball games for a defensive upgrade. All right? There is a reason we all know Jorge Mateo has no business being in center field. That leaves Tyler O'Neill, which I guess by process of elimination is our most competent outfielder out there tonight. He's played one game in the field since his latest injury spell. This is just setting up to be a problem. That's all I'm saying. I hope we can work around it. But I don't know what Mansolino is thinking, putting out a defensive outfield like this against the Yankees. It just, I had to address it. I had to address it. So here is the pitching matchup. It is the ace this season for the Yankees, Max Fried, left-hander with a record of 17-5, a 3.03 ERA. He's pitched over 180 innings on the season. He's been there for every start, I think. Very solid lefty. Cade Povich is going to be on the mound for us. His record is 3-7. His ERA slightly over 5. A whip of 1.45. We know this could be. This could go either way. Povich. I remember Povich early in one of his first couple of starts. I want to say last season. If memory serves, Povich, one of the first matchups he had where he looked like a guy that could be a major league pitcher, a starter in a rotation, was against these Yankees. I want to say he had a really good start. Maybe I'm just making it up in my head, but maybe somebody in the chat remembers. Let's hope Povich can figure out this Yankee lineup. And let's take a look at these lineups. For the Yankees, leading off and playing first base is Paul Goldschmidt. Aaron Judge is in right field batting second. He's up over 100 RBI on this season with a .329 average and 48 home runs. You just don't want to pitch to him if you don't have to, folks. It's that simple. Cody Bellinger will hit third and play left field. Giancarlo Stanton is the DH and cleanup hitter. Ahmed Rosario at second base, batting fifth. Trent Grisham will hit sixth and play in center field. Anthony Volpe will bat seventh. He's at shortstop. Jose Caballero is at third base, hitting eighth. And Austin Wells will do the catching and bat ninth. Folks, I got to be honest with you. You get through that top part of the order, bottom five doesn't scare me that much. Rosario, Grisham, Volpe, Caballero, Wells, doesn't really bother me. We got to take care of those guys and then try to work around some of those sluggers at the top of the order. For the Orioles, Ryan Mountcastle. I don't know how often this has ever happened, but there is a fly, I swear. And there it is right there. Last night, you ever have this happen, folks? You open up your door, like a screen door to your porch or something, and like the second you open it, a fly just darts right into your living space. That happened to me yesterday, or maybe it was 2 days ago now. And I'm like, damn it. Like as soon as I open the door, like a fly just darts its way in here. And I'm like, that fly is going to be a pain, isn't it? Well, guess what? I think that fly spawned other flies, because that is like the second or third little baby fly I've seen this morning. Oh, I'm angry. Great. The house, the apartment is filled with baby flies, apparently. I don't know. If you see one land on me, let me know. I don't know. Jeez. Right. Now it just said my chat disconnected. We're going to have one of these nights? Come on, folks. All right, so Ryan Mountcastle, as I was attempting to say, is going to lead off for the first time, to my knowledge. He's DHing. Jordan Westberg will bat second and play at third base. Gunnar Henderson is the shortstop, hitting third. Tyler O'Neill will be in left field, hitting in the cleanup spot. Jeremiah Jackson in right field, batting fifth. Kobe Mayo will hit sixth and play first base. Sammy Basayo will do the catching and bat seventh. Jorge Mateo in center field. He'll hit eighth, and Luis Vasquez will bat ninth and play at second base. No Jackson Holiday in the lineup. No Colton Cowser. No Dylan Beavers. They're all lefties. And I might understand sitting Holiday. But again, are we really worried about lefty bats at the expense of a sound defensive outfield? I mean, I know Cowser's struggling. But, at least defensively, he'll give you something. What is going on now? Suddenly, I can't get the ball game up. First pitch is a minute away. And what is going on with my internet? Great. Just getting ready to start, and where is my internet? Okay, I think it's coming back. I don't even have it in the chat. The chat right now says unable to connect to chat. But I think I'm still on. Yeah, I can see right here. I got my YouTube page open. There I am. Look at that handsome man. So I'm moving around. I'm streaming. Let me just refresh this, and hopefully the chat and everything else is going to pop back up. Okay, there it is. Good grief. All right, we're already getting started in a strange way here. Cade Povich is taking his warm-up pitches right now. And I'm hoping we got ourselves a nice crowd here tonight. It's a Thursday night game. I would expect this to be the lowest attended game of the 4. I'm just hoping that the ratio of Oriole fan to Yankee fans is a good one. Taking a look at Goldschmidt and Judge in the on-deck circle and the handful of fans in those prime seats sitting right there next to them. It's about 50-50 from that small sample size of Yankee fans and Oriole fans. All right, so this is it, folks. The final homestand of the season. It's a 7-game homestand, and then we play 3 games in the Bronx next weekend to wrap up the season. This will be the 110th game with Tony Mansolino in charge. His record is 57-52. All right. This game is on Fox tonight. Fox. Paul Goldschmidt, veteran first baseman. He's going to lead it off here, folks. He's in the batter's box right now. Cade Povich is ready to throw the first pitch of the ball game. And here it comes. It's well inside for ball 1. We are underway. The 1-0 is a strike, belt high, middle of the plate. Let's see. Let me check on these scoreboards. Are they not updating already? The 1-1 to Goldschmidt is a curveball low. 2-1 the count. All right, so the top scoreboard is there. Let's work on this other one here. Two balls and a strike to the leadoff man in the ball game, Paul Goldschmidt. The next pitch is lined over. Oh, God, off the glove of Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar leapt off the ground to try to stab it out of the air, and the ball just could not stay in the glove. It squirts out in the left field, and the Yankees have the leadoff man on with Aaron Judge coming up. So important to keep that guy ahead of Judge off the plate or off the bases. But no such luck here. First pitch to Judge is fouled away. Aaron Judge. That'll be a hit, George. If you got to jump in the air to try to make a catch, they're not going to give you an error for that. 0-1 the count on Judge. Pitch is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 from Povich. Hit on the ground, foul. 2 strikes on Judge. Judge is one of those hitters where you get ahead in the count. Doesn't really matter. You can't get any sort of confidence that you're going to easily put him away. 1-2 is low and in. To even up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Let's see if the scoreboard is up yet. The 2-2 pitch. That's in there. Called strike 3. Aaron Judge caught looking. And what's going on with my soundboard tonight? Am I have to plug it back in? I need my sounds. Let's see. Are we working here? All right.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Okay, Judge struck out. Here's Cody Bellinger. First pitch to him is inside for ball 1. Well, I'm watching this on MLB.com. They are broadcasting the Fox, or they're giving us the Fox broadcast here, but it looks like we're a little bit behind. The scoreboard is a little bit ahead of us. I just saw ball 2, and as you can see, next pitch is already going to be a strike at the top of the zone, and it has yet to happen for me. Am I definitely live? Yeah, I am. So the 2-0 pitch is a strike at the top of the zone, and yeah, we can't have this up, folks. It's a pitch ahead. It's a pitch ahead. The 2-1 is fouled off to the right. And I need to adjust that as well. There we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bellinger. Runner at first with 1 out for the Yankees in the top of the first. The 2-2 to Bellinger. First, Povich is going to check on the base runner. Goldschmidt, he's back standing. Both teams in their traditional uniforms, home and away. The 2-2 here popped up. Playable. Foul ground on the third base side, I think. Oh, not playable. Boy, it looked like Westberg would have a play as he made his way slowly over toward the stands, but the ball finally fell onto that screen, maybe 2 rows on the other side of that screen. So the count is 2-2. So no Jazz Chisholm in the lineup tonight. That sucks. I was looking forward to roasting him all night. This pitch is in the dirt. It's a full count on Bellinger. Payoff pitch from Povich is coming to Bellinger. Here it is. And it's fouled back. A fastball in on the hands. Still a full count with a runner at first, 1 down. Seven pitch at bat so far. All right, another 3-2 pitch coming. Basayo sets up the target, and that one bounces in there for ball 4. A 1-out walk to Bellinger. The Yankees have 2 men on base. And here comes Giancarlo Stanton. Still a dangerous hitter. But that power bat has an OPS over 900. 20 home runs on the season. Only 51 RBI. He has missed some time. But what he also is a double play ball candidate. You get this guy to hit a ball on the ground, odds are you got yourself an easy double play. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Want to know on Stanton. There's a strike. Povich comes back with a fastball. The 1-1 popped up. Left field and not that deep, not by judges' standards. It's in front of the track and left. It'll be caught for the second out. All right. We strike out Judge. We keep Stanton in the yard. We got 2 down in the inning. And now we get into that part of the lineup that isn't so scary. Still got to take care of business, though. Get this guy here, and then have yourself an easy second inning with the bottom of the order. And that's how you carve your way through this lineup. It's Ahmed Rosario. He's hitting .287. And he fouls the first pitch away for strike 1. Goldschmidt at second, Bellinger at first, 2 down in the top of the first. 22nd pitch of the inning from Povich is in the dirt. And Basayo does successfully block this pitch and keep it within arm's reach. Rosario has a much better average against lefties, hitting about 75 points higher. That's lined into left field. That ball is going to get down for extra bases and give the Yankees the lead. At least one run will score. Here comes Bellinger. And that is a 2-run, 2-out double for Ahmed Rosario. That was the out you needed to get. Couldn't get it. That stings. 2-0 Yankees in the top of the first, just like that. The Yankees have 2 runs before we have a chance to swing a bat, and we've also got to go up against a 17-game winner in Max Fried. So we are behind the 8 ball here. Before fans have even sat down. Grisham goes to left. This will be caught out there by Tyler O'Neill for the final out. Just couldn't get that first from Rosario, or else we would have gotten out of this inning without a score. But a big 2-out, 2-run base hit from Ahmed Rosario, a double actually, and the Yankees take the lead. New York 2, Baltimore coming up. Well, made to lose defensively. I think hitting-wise, I know, Vasquez and Mateo at the bottom of the order, but yeah, but we're not going to spend the next 2 hours and 45 minutes talking about made to lose, right, Chilo? I kind of addressed it before the game even started. Now we're in the game, so here we are. It's a bad lineup. I can deal with a couple of, light hitters at the bottom of the order if it means a defensive upgrade. But that's not even the case. That's really not even the case. As bad as Colton Cowser is going, is Mateo an upgrade offensively? Because he is certainly a downgrade defensively. But that's Mansolino's idea of a best lineup against the Yankees. I don't know, folks. All I know is that, yeah, we're down after half an inning. We've got 4 games to play in our yard. Let's just try and stick with this and root this team on. Come back. Let's go. Come on. Do I need to put the hat on now? Are we calling on the hat already? So 30 starts for Fried to get to that 17-5 record of his. $14 home runs allowed. That's less than 1 every other start. So odds are that's not the way you're going to get to Fried. Ryan Mountcastle hitting in the leadoff spot tonight. Another interesting move by Mansolino. He takes strike 1 from Fried. Mounty hitting .256.
Okay, mount up.
Curveball swung on a miss. It's quickly 0-2 on Mountcastle. Folks, once again, if you're just joining us, I apologize for not having the balls and strikes up on the screen. This game is on Fox. I'm watching it via MLB TV. And for whatever reason, they're a little bit behind. So the scoreboard on the screen, if I showed it, would be spoiling every pitch. It's still 0-2 on Mountcastle after a foul ball. So not only is Fried doing his job, he's getting the best run support of any major league starter in baseball. 7.25 runs per start as Mountcastle strikes out on a high changeup. And that's how the Oriole offense starts tonight. Not often you see somebody go after a neck-high changeup, but that's where we are. Here's Jordan Westberg.
West is that way.
Westberg takes a called strike. That was borderline. That looked low to me. I mean, if Fried is going to get that call, not going to make it any easier for us. 0-1 pitch. Goes back to a similar spot and gets a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Well, we're 6 pitches into Max Fried's night. And so far, he's looking sharp. 0-2 pitch. Misses with a fastball outside. All right, Baltimore, you're going to have to show some moxie tonight. You're going to have to figure out a way to do this in spite of Mansolino's lineup. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. I don't know. Westberg hits a ball out to right field. Aaron Judge is waiting on it, and he makes the catch. 2 down. Still waiting for a big panorama shot of the ballpark to get an idea of the attendance here, but out there in the left field bleachers, splash zone and beyond, lots of people there, so that's a good sign. Here's Gunnar Henderson. First pitch to him is low and in for ball 1. Gunner's at 274 with the batting average. And had 3 stolen bases in yesterday's ball game. That one's low. It's 2-0. Two down, nobody on. Bottom of the first, the Yankees with an early 2-0 lead. The Orioles have Gunnar at the plate, and he pops up a 2-0 pitch, shallow left, near the foul line. Into foul ground, Rosario goes to make the catch. And the Orioles are retired 1-2-3. One inning in the books. We've got 36 innings to play against this team here over the next 4 nights. First inning sucked. We got 35 left to go. All right. Yeah, by the way, so if you guys have heard me bring it up over the last week or so, my colleague JJ, the channel Play-by-Play with JJ, is doing a charity stream today. He's been streaming since, I believe, 9 o'clock this morning. I was asleep. But he's out there streaming all through the day into the night, and a long time tomorrow to raise awareness and hopefully raise some funds for a good cause. And Froggy has just dropped the link in the stream right there. Folks, I don't mind if you want to just jump over there between innings or whatever, drop a like, donate to the cause if you wish. But let JJ know that we're behind him and what he's doing over there. It's a good thing. I'll read you the pitch here. Pitch sounds bad. I'll read you the where is it? Hold on. I should have had this ready to go. Where are you? Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I gotta have this up. Having problems already tonight, my man? Oh, my. I wish I could tell you about what I'm looking at right now, but I cannot. JJ, where are you, buddy? Holy cow, this other guy. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Okay, what is it? Posts. So the charity is a fundraising stream for the Familial Dysautonomia Foundation, okay? In honor of JJ's brother Mitchell, who passed away from that disorder 5 years ago. All donations will go directly to the Familial Dysautonomia Foundation, which funds medical research, patient care, and support programs for families living with FD. So JJ is over there right now streaming all day, all night, trying to raise money for that cause. Good work, JJ. We're back to the ball game, folks. It's the top of the second. Anthony Volpe is leading off, and he's got a count of 2 balls and a strike. Povich's next pitch is up and away for ball 3. Three-one to Volpe. Swing and a miss. What happened to my sound? It went from... I can't hear anything. I think the volume on my second laptop has finally just died. The speaker or whatever. It was muffled for a couple of months. Now I think it's just dead. I can barely hear anything, and I got it cranked all the way up. Okay, at least I can hear the glove pop. Wow, strike 3 called on Volpe, and that pitch was really low. Man, these umpires suck. Who is this crew? I mean, we'll take the strikeout. Don't get me wrong, but that pitch is low all day. Nice frame there by Basayo. So Grisham strikes out. Was that Grisham? No, who was that? Volpe. Sorry, Volpe strikes out. The volume from the Fox broadcast is really low. Okay. Thanks, man. Hey, look, it's Ken Rosenthal, everybody. It's the jerk-off who tripped over and knocked somebody on their butt. Didn't bother to help them up, say sorry or anything. Here's a bunt attempt. Basayo is not going to have a play. Caballero lays down a bunt. It was directly in front of the plate between pitcher and catcher, so the location of the bunt wasn't too good, but it did die right between Povich and Basayo. Basayo went to pick it up, and Caballero just too fast. He is on with 1 out with an infield hit. Here is Austin Wells. He takes a strike on the outside edge. Wells was the runner-up behind Cowser and the winner, Louis Heel, for the Rookie of the Year last year. Apparently having a sophomore season with a bit of a regression, kind of like Cowser, because he's batting 9th in the order with an average of .211. Back-to-back pickoff moves thrown to first to check on Caballero. He's safe both times and now has plenty of reason to try and steal now, knowing that if Povich doesn't pick him off successfully with another try, he'll just get second base for free. Wells fouls an 0-1 pitch off. It's 0-2. Hey there, Don. Runner at first with 1 out. We're in the top of the second. 0-2 count on Austin Wells. The pitch from Cade Povich. Nope, there it goes. And we picked him off. We did. Povich could not use another pickoff attempt unless it worked, and folks, it worked. The Orioles pick off Caballero as he took off as Povich threw to first. Caballero nailed down on the base pads.
Besides that, it's all in the reflexes.
All right. I love it. I love it. We didn't have another disengagement to use, and if we did, it had to work, and by gum, it worked. And aren't we happy it did, because the very next pitch is a ball in the dirt that gets away from Basayo, and Caballero would have surely advanced on that. Bases empty, 2 down. And the 1-2 is over the plate, but low to Wells. 2 balls, 2 strikes. All right, so we may be losing, but we've already had our first little giggle, haven't we? We nailed a Yankee on the base paths. Here's a weak grounder to second. Somebody cover the bag. Mayo is back to his position to receive the soft toss from Luis Vasquez. That will end the inning. A little weak grounder there, and the inning is over. So Povich faces the bottom of the order. He does allow Caballero to reach base, but guess what? Oh, you're right about that volume. Now that a commercial is on, now my computer just got crazy loud. Why is the volume... Fox, you got like $500 cajillion. Can you maybe turn it up to 11 so we can hear the damn game? Yeah, 2-0 Yankees, folks. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Hey, what are you going to do, huh? Hey. All right, I got to check in on something here, folks. There is something going on behind the scenes that I am just too... What a disaster. Oh my God, what a disaster. Rhino, where are you, buddy? Get over here. Oh my God, what a disaster. Couldn't happen to a more deserving person. I wish I could tell you guys. I wish. It's YouTuber stuff. It's YouTuber like gossip and stuff. I don't want to throw names out there, okay? And I am sorry for teasing you guys about it. It's the first time. I hope it's the last time, but something's going on where I had to check in and see what was going on, and I'm happy I did, even though I'm kind of leaving you guys out in the lurch. Sorry. Trust me, if I explained it, you'd be like, I wish you didn't explain it. Took you 20 minutes to explain something I could not care less about. So we're moving on. All right. Folks, we got 100 people in the room. Fantastic. 63 have already hit the like button. That's nice. That's about 2/3 of you. 1/3 of you could still pitch in if you don't mind. A friendly reminder, we've got a long way to go in the ball game. Bottom of the second inning just getting started as Tyler O'Neill takes a curveball for strike 1.
Ahoy there! Anybody home?
So yeah, just tap that thumb and you're good to go for the rest of the evening. The 0-1 to O'Neill is chopped towards second on a couple of bounces. Throw to first is in time. O'Neill retired. 1 away. By the way, I think I said Rosario was at third base. I was incorrect. That was Rosario right there at second base. It's Caballero at third base. Didn't they both used to play on the Rays, I want to say? Or was Rosario from the Reds? Where was Rosario before this? Jeremiah Jackson is up. Hitting in the 5-hole tonight, 289 average.
Jeremiah was the bullfrog.
The 1-0 is outside. See, now I can't hear a damn thing again. I got to crank the volume all the way up just to hear the crack of the bat. Two and 0 on Jeremiah. 3 and 0 as Freed misses low and in. What's up, Charm City? Long time no see. I saw a stat the other day that said the Orioles are 9 games over 500 since their 16-32 start. Not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, I think you're right with that last statement, Charm City. There's really not much more to read into it other than that, you know, we built a bad opening day roster. And it took like a month and a half to concede that this was a disaster. And then we started to try to correct it, but by the time we started, it was too late. They just showed Mansolino's record. I believe he's 57-52 since taking over. So 5 games over 500 under Mansolino. Here's a line drive base hit into left field for Kobe Mayo. Did I mention Jeremiah Jackson got on base? He walked. I'm sorry, folks. 2 big things happening, and I failed you. Okay, so there's the walk. Hold on. And Mayo is on with a hit.
Let's get it all on there. Just spread it out.
I did say this in May, exactly that about the line. What did I say, Soren? Is this like a gotcha thing? I'll take the L. Explain it a little better, because I'm not sure what you mean. Sammy Basayo is up. 2 on with 1 out.
Sammy.
Okay, so Rosario was on Tampa, and Caballero was definitely also from Tampa. Okay. And Rosario was on the Reds. All right, so I called it about the change. I'm still not sure. The change is needed. Right. Here's a swing and a miss by Basayo. The count is a ball and 2 strikes. Sorry, folks. Trust me, today I'm not like in paranoid mode or feeling defensive. I'm just genuinely trying to understand what you meant there. The 1-2 pitch is outside. It's 2-2 on Sammy, folks. Your first bugle of the day. Come on, Charm City. Let's show these Yankees what their nightmare for the next decade is going to be. This dude. 2-2 pitch. Oh, what are you swinging at, Sammy? He chased a low one and strikes out. 2 down. All right. Well, we go from the lethal, dangerous slugging bat of Sammy Basayo to Jorge Mateo. All right. Hey, Mateo hit a double yesterday, didn't he? Come on, Jorge. Mateo hitting the Mendoza line right now, 200 average. And the first pitch is upstairs, maybe an inch outside for ball 1. Rhino, don't go anywhere, dude. I've been checking in between innings on a certain stream, and my God, what is going on? Pitch is a little bit inside, 2-0. Mateo with a hitter's count. Might Max Fried give him a fat pitch to do something with? If so, a base hit to the outfield could get us a run on the board. The 2-0 to Mateo. Fried starts to lift his leg and then turns around to look Jeremiah Jackson back to second base. Folks, Rising Rhino is here. Say hi to him and click on his name if you want to get to his channel. Help him out. Subscribe. Add him to your list of channels. That's a called strike, and Mateo didn't like the call. Thought it was low. 2-1 the count. Mr. Hyde, I can tell you why Mansolino is doing it, but it doesn't really excuse it. Because a lefty is pitching. That's it. That is it. We're playing matchups and thinking, oh, yeah, Mateo makes sense in a platoon situation. So we'll have him play center field. We'll put Jeremiah and his very limited experience in right field. And then Tyler O'Neill, who's played one game in the field since his last injury. Here's a ground ball to short. Volpe will go to second for the force play. And the inning is over. The Orioles get a couple of men on in this inning, but they leave them stranded. On to the third inning. It's 2-0 Yankees. Rhino. Okay, I'm going in there to check in again. I got to check in. What's going on right now? Okay, so he's there. Coming through in glorious 144p. Oh, he's frozen again. He's frozen again. Oh, he unfroze. Oh, no, he's frozen again. Got the hot pink shirt on tonight. He looks like Pepto-Bismol with eyes. And yeah, it's just another train wreck. Apparently 3 people are watching according to his YouTube counter, and I'm one of them. You still there, Rhino? Rhino, you're the only person that knows what I'm talking about. You got to reply, dude. This is nuts. Up, his audience just doubled. Oh, my. Damn you, Rhino. You must have left. All right. I got to think about my own audience here. I'll come back to you there, buddy. All right. All right. Let's see. What's going on around the league tonight, folks? Lots of finals in. Guess it's a getaway day, Thursday, for a lot of teams. The Guardians earlier today beat the Tigers 3-1. The Mets up into the Padres 6-1. Rays shut out the Blue Jays 4-0. So if we're trying to keep pace with Tampa and catch them, we need this win tonight. The A's beat the Red Sox 5-3. The Mariners shut out the Royals 2-0, and the Marlins over the Rockies in a game nobody could possibly care about, 9-7. Coming up at 9:10 p.m., it's the Giants and Dodgers. All right, Cade Povich. First pitch of this inning is low and in for ball 1 to Paul Goldschmidt. The Yankees have the top of their order up here in the third. Back to the curveball. That one's a strike. Count even up 1-1. Folks, once again, if you're just tuning in and you're wondering where's the scoreboard, BW, I want to see the balls and strikes. I apologize. Can't do it tonight. This game being on Fox for whatever reason, even though I'm on MLB TV and I should have as strong of a signal and get the broadcast, as quickly to me as possible. It's trailing the scoreboard. The scoreboard is ahead by a full pitch, so gonna have to stick with the classic radio style, folks. 2-2 pitch is grounded towards second base. Luis Vasquez is there, and he will throw out Goldschmidt for the first out of the inning. One down in the top of the third. Here comes the judge. He looks at one low for ball 1. I have zero qualms about walking judge with nobody on and one out, down 2-0 this early. I have no problem with it. That's outside 2-0. I mean, when you're averaging a base per at bat, you might as well just put them on and not risk it being more than one base. Am I right or am I right? I'm right. There's a swing and a miss. It's 2-1. A changeup that might have gotten the bottom of the zone. Judge was looking for a 2-0 heater. Didn't get it. That's a fastball, but it's outside. 3 balls and a strike to Judge. So Fox not only has issues with their volume, they also have issues with just their broadcast link. What the hell are they doing? 3-1 pitch. Upstairs, there's ball 4. A 1-out walk to Aaron Judge, and like I said, so what? He must be on dial-up. He loves his 90s. Rhino, I have to look back there again. I have to. What now? It is so fascinating to watch incompetence at this level. I've never seen it before. Bellinger pops up the first pitch, third base side. Westberg is drifting toward the stands, and darn it, that's 3 rows beyond the screen, out of reach. Strike 1 on Bellinger. All right, where is this dude? This guy. Rhino, we have to talk after the game, dude. We got to talk after the game. All right, where's he at? All right, he's still 4 shy. He's still 4 shy, so I'm not going to pull my move yet. All right, Bellinger looks at one low and away. The count even up at a ball and a strike. Judge is at first with 1 down. Ground ball could get us out of the inning here. Next pitch. That's in there. What? What? Blue, where was that? It's a strike all day. Oh, my God. 2-1 the count. And that one's fouled off to the right. 2-2. Should be 1-2. It's 2-2.
Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling? Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling?
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner at first. Pitch from... Nope, we're going to throw over to first. Judge is back standing. Not a large lead at all. 51 pitches from Povich at the moment with just 1 out in the 3rd inning. That's a little tapper. Back to second. Gunner steps on the bag, throws to first. In time, double play, folks. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Outfield defense tonight might be a little suspect, but infield defense looking okay. Double play ball to get out of the inning. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd, 2-0 Yankees. All right, so Rhino, are you there? I gotta go back in. Gotta go back in. We're going in. I feel like Bill Paxton and Twister. We're going in. We've got sisters. Yeah, he's in it for the money, not for the science. That's Jonas. Hey, you stole Dorothy from us.
Is there an F5? What would an F5 be like?
It's the finger of God. Yeah, an F4, yeah. That'll tear apart your house pretty good.
Is there an F5? Clink, clink.
Utensils drop on plates.
Clink, clink. What would that be like?
It's the finger of God. Come on, folks. Somebody in here is a fan of that awful mid-90s movie Twister. Probably the worst dialogue ever put into a movie. I love it. I'm telling you, that movie is so cheesy, you're not allowed to watch it if you're lactose intolerant. I don't know how you remember so much dialogue. We've got cows. How do you forget a line, Mr. Hyde, like, we've got cows?
I'm sorry, I gotta go. We've got cows.
How do you forget that? How do you forget a line that dumb? There, Phantom's got it right there.
I gotta go. We got cows.
We're going in. It's coming straight for us. It's already here. Just the worst. The worst movie. Oh, God. I'll never forget seeing that in the theater. Yeah, Phantom did too. I was working in the theater at the time, and we had a screening the night before, Thursday night. Being a projectionist, part of the job is to screen every movie you get. This is back when it was still film and not a CD you put into a tray. So, you get to invite your friends to those Thursday night screenings. We had a packed house for Twister in our biggest auditorium, THX, surround, Dolby Digital, the whole nine. And it was like an hour and 45 minutes of about 300 people just laughing their butts off at how stupid that movie was. And I never had a better time watching a movie with that unintended reaction like that. Luis Vasquez is up leading off the bottom of the third. He's got a count of a ball and 2 strikes. Next pitch for Max Fried is way high. It's 2-2 on Vasquez. Top of the order due up next. Yeah, I'm not a remake person. I just skip the remakes. What's the point? Swing and a miss. Down goes Vasquez. 1 away. Folks, if they ever make a remake or a redo or reimagining or retelling or reboot or whatever the hell, if it's worth checking out, I'll know. And then maybe I'll check it out. But just because there's an intellectual property out there that I remember and have some amount of fondness for doesn't automatically mean, oh, yeah, here's my money. Let me watch a crappier version cash grab of what was good 35 years ago. No, that's not my style. Ryan Mountcastle. First pitch is a strike. And a swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Mountcastle's 0 for 1. 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the third.
Okay, mount up. Okay, mount up.
Oh, yeah, rue the day. He's going to rue the day he missed with the extreme. Mountcastle strikes out. 2 down. Oh, boy.
Big buck, stop it all.
Extreme! The fact that Philip Seymour Hoffman is in that movie, acting the way that he acts, really lets you know that anything's possible. Anything's possible. Folks, you can do something horrible and bounce back and be something fantastic. It's possible. Philip Seymour Hoffman proved it. The 1-0 to Jordan Westberg is upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Yeah, I know they came out with Twisters. They just added an S. And if there's one movie that makes no sense to watch on a streaming platform, it's a movie about tornadoes. That was the one selling point about seeing it in the theater. The sound and the, larger than life tornadoes on screen. 2-1 pitch to Westberg is swung on and missed. It's 2-2. 2 down, nobody on. So yeah, I don't get why they want to make a remake of a 30-year-old movie that was basically just a popcorn throwaway movie when it came out. But then why stream it? Swing and a miss. Max Fried blows away the Orioles in this inning. Nothing doing. How much is that 2-run first inning going to hurt us? Is that all the Yankees are going to need tonight? I hope not. We've had one hit through the first 3 innings. On to the 4th. It's 2-0 Yankees. Andrea's back, folks. Andrea, we need some magic tonight.
Message for you, son.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
Andrea, thanks once again for your generosity in handing out yet another free Magic membership as a gift to a fellow birdwatcher. Travis, the recipient this time. I know Travis. Travis will be pleased with that. You've never seen a tornado hit this house and then hit that house and then come after you. Insane. Give me my Oscar. Give me my Oscar. Got that awful Van Halen soundtrack. Shine on, shine on. No thanks. Ugh. I really enjoy not enjoying that movie. It's the War of the Worlds Ice Cube movie that came out a couple of months ago. It is in the running. That one is my latest and greatest movie I love to watch, to just sit there and shake my head at how bad it is. I love bad movies.
Is there such a thing as an F5?
Hey, hold on. Do I have a utensil I can use? Yeah, let's try this. Hey, folks. I'm a Foley artist. I used to be a Hollywood Foley artist.
Is there such thing as an F5? Why is everybody dropping forks on their plates? I'm just asking, is there an F5? Okay, I guess that means there is. Sorry I brought it up.
We're in the top of the 4th. Giancarlo Stanton at the plate, and he is quickly behind 0-2. Did you hear any of that? I hope you heard some of it, because I just made a mess. Pitch to Stanton is in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Yankees have a 2-0 lead on a 2-out, 2-run double by Ahmed Rosario in the first inning. We're now in the 4th. Humans Being was my favorite Van Halen track. I like Real Human Being from the soundtrack for Drive.
Real human being and a real hero. Real human being and a real hero.
All right. 2-2 on Stanton. The pitch. Hey, called strike 3. Sit down.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear? Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
The Human League? Don't you want me? You know I can't believe it when you say that you won't see me. Don't you want me? You know I can't believe it when you say that you don't need me. That was them, right? I hope so. Ahmed Rosario is up for the second time. 0-1 pitch is fouled straight back. It's 0-2. They had more than one song, though, right? Give me another one of theirs. Let me see if I can remember. Please. Don't you want me, baby? The 0-2 is a called strike 3.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Rosario down on strikes. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts here for Povich in the 4th. 4 strikeouts in total. Trent Grisham up next. He goes after a pitch in the dirt. He went around. Why are you appealing? Home plate umpire says he went. Grisham. 0 for 1. He flew out in the first. 239 average at the moment. But he has 71 RBI. That's more than Gunnar. Ugh. Folks, if we were to have a master list of RBI leaders top to bottom around the league, to see some of the names that are above Gunnar Henderson's, knowing that that's our number 1 guy, it's going to make you pull your hair out. How anemic this offense has been this season for us. Trent Grisham has a count of 2 balls, 1 strike. Wait, Grisham is... No, that can't be right. How many home runs does he have? What? That can't be right. The 2-1 to Grisham. That's a... Where's that, Blue? That had the outside corner. Povich doesn't get the call. He has 33 home runs this season? All right, well, that will explain the RBI count. Well, there you go, folks. Trent Grisham. Arguably better offensive season than Gunnar Henderson. Only the average is lower. More homers, more RBI, and a better OPS. Trent frickin' Grisham. I mean, he wasn't even a starter last year. He was like an option off the bench, maybe making 1 or 2 starts a week. The inning is over. How did it end? I don't know, because I'm sitting here trying to figure out why our offense is as bad as it is when a guy like Trent Grisham struck out. Did we strike out the side? Rosario struck out. Grisham struck out. Stanton struck out. Folks, K. Povich just struck out the side.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear? Well, y'all come back now, you hear? Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
I can't believe Grisham has 33 home runs. That's nuts. My, oh my. Coming up for us, it's going to be Gunnar, Tyler O'Neill, and Jeremiah Jackson. I need a lucky, I think. I also need to check in on my friend here. Oh, my God. What is going on now? Oh, wait a minute. The sub count has not moved. The sub count has not moved. If he doesn't get there tonight, oh, that is, oh, my, that is, oh, wow. Wowie zowie. Wowie zowie. Hey, folks, hit that like button. Subscribe. Thanks.
Where you from?
Baltimore.
What?
Baltimore.
Baltimore? What's that?
Look, it doesn't really matter, all right?
One pitch, Gunnar with a weak grounder to second, and he's out. One pitch out from the best batter in the lineup to start the inning. Not good. Hi, everybody. Tyler O'Neill at the plate. He looks at a strike.
Ahoy there! Anybody home?
All right, Chilo. Come on, man. O'Neill with a fly ball to center field and deep. Back on the track, Grisham makes the catch on the warning track. About a 385-foot out for Tyler O'Neill. Chilo, I'm only saying this for your own benefit, I promise. Let's talk about something cheerful, okay? This is the first couple of innings of a 4-game series, and we got 7 total games against this team. If we wound up getting our asses handed to us, I can't take 7 nights of this, okay? Let's talk about something fun. Chilo, give me a fun topic. Let's talk. I'll announce the game. Give me a fun topic. Jeremiah Jackson is at the plate. The count is 0-1 on him. 2 down, bases empty. That's a swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
Jeremiah was the bullfrog.
I mean, haven't we suffered enough as fans with this season? I want to have some fun for these last few games, you know? I ranted about the Mansolino lineup. You're absolutely right about it, okay? You're absolutely right. I'm not trying to say you don't have a point. You do? Jackson strikes out. The inning is over. We head to the 5th, 2-0 Yankees. Let's have some freaking fun, folks. What's on your mind? You want me to give you some more dialogue from Twister? Or is there another movie you got? Come on. My spirits aren't going to get down in game 1 of a 7-game Yankees set for the next 10 days or whatever. I can't start this soon. I can get mad at a lineup before the first pitch. After first pitch, too late to do anything else, right? Again, God, can you see the glare from this artificial light on my forehead? It's awful. I'm not sweaty. That is how bright it is. You can actually see the ring. You can actually see the ring on my giant forehead. Look at that. That can't be good for me. That can't be good for me. Godzilla movies. You know, I never really got into those. Kaiju and all that stuff. I mean, I get the appeal of them, but they seem a little bit repetitive. Is that safe to say? That Godzilla that came out like in, what was it, like 99? The one with Matthew Broderick? That one really stunk, didn't it? I didn't see it, but everybody said it sucked. Hey, Rob's here. How you doing, Rob? Show game highlights. Yeah, maybe if I point my forehead in the direction of the monitor I'm looking at, you can pick up the game. I've always been told I have the forehead of a drive-in movie screen. Like you can just project a movie onto this forehead. Anthony Volpe to lead off the top of the 5th. Bottom of the order, due up for the Yankees. Volpe struck out his first time. Takes outside for ball 1. 2-0 Yankees here in the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss on a fastball. 1-1 the count. Folks, once again, I apologize if you got here not too long ago. I can't really show the balls and strikes scoreboard with this Fox broadcast. The scoreboard is ahead by a full pitch, so too many spoilers. That pitch is inside to Volpe. Swing and a miss here, 2-2. Now, as bad as the volume is on this broadcast tonight, Ken Rosenthal's voice is coming through loud and clear. Further evidence that he's that annoying. 2-2 pitch, fouled off to the right. We'll do it again. Greatest bad movie ever, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I would argue that it's not a bad movie. Like, it knows exactly what it is, right? For me, a good bad movie is a movie that is earnestly trying to be good and just fails miserably. Killer Clowns is, it knows what it's doing. It's tongue firmly in cheek. And it is great. It's a great fun time. Here is a ball lifted over Gunnar into left center field for a base hit. And Volpe's thinking, too. The throw to second is late and offline. And you know what that is right there, folks? That is the Yankees knowing that our outfield defense is one to try and exploit and take an extra base anytime you think you can. Mateo, I got to watch it all together here, but this should never be a double. This should never have been a double. But it is. And now Volpe's trying to steal third. Basayo throws down. The throw is not in time. So now the Yankees are running on Basayo. Here we see what the Yankees have in. I mean, I can't fault the Yankees. They probably looked at this defense and made the same conclusion I did. Runner at third with nobody out. A 1-0 count on Jose Caballero. This pitch is fouled off, 1-1. Chilo's fun topic is he's thinking of polishing his Yahtzee skills in the offseason so that next season, when there is a rain delay, and there will be a rain delay, Chilo can beat me. Chilo, you've beaten me at Yahtzee. Come on now. Head to head, what am I up by? A couple of games? Like 6-4 or something? I don't know. I'm just guessing, but it ain't that big of a. It's not that. It's pretty close. Swing and a miss. Okay, 2-2 the count. We need a strikeout here. Badly. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Manos, the Hands of Fate. That is a classic. Check swing on a pitch in the dirt. Caballero does not go. The count is full. Povich is already up to 78 pitches with nobody out in the fifth. This could be his last inning here. Fair enough, Gary. Fair enough. I still feel like the combination of the outfield defense plus Basayo catching is just asking way too much. It's too many defensive liabilities out here on the field tonight. That is a walk to Caballero. First and third, nobody out. Bradish ain't pitching tonight, Rob. But he has been good when he has pitched. All right. You guys looking forward to some Yahtzee next year? Oh, boy. Yeah. Bradish has definitely looked good. So has Tyler Wells. Tyler Wells has looked. I'm even more surprised by how good Wells looks. Speaking of Wells, here's Austin Wells. First and third, nobody out. Yeah, it's been a welcome return for both of those guys. Here comes the first pitch to Austin Wells. Outside, ball one. Povich is in a lot of trouble here. He has to get Wells out. If we got to trade a run to do it, so be it. But the top of the order is next. Judge will come up to hit in this inning unless we get it out on the base paths. So we got to get to Wells right now. The count is 1-0. Povich just checked on Caballero at first. Or wait, it's Caballero. I'm sorry, Caballero's at third. That pitch is low. It's 2-0. Man, we're in trouble. No, Caballero, sorry, is the runner at first. I was right the first time. Pitch, fouled back. 2 balls, 1 strike on Wells. Two balls, 1 strike. Pitch. That one's lined into right center for a base hit. Volpe can walk home from third. The runner at first moves up 1 base, Caballero. It's now 3-0 Yankees. Still nobody out in the top of the 5th. Other topics. Of course, nothing to do with politics, of course. All right, I got a question for you as Drew French is out to talk to Povich. Have I brought this question up before? I want to hear from you guys. Maybe I brought it up with a band, but how about for a movie? Name me your most guilty pleasure movie. A movie that you are going to be courageous enough to admit that you really like it, even though you know that it's a crappy movie and the vast majority of the public thinks it's awful, but for whatever reason, you like it anyway. You got a movie like that? I'd love to hear about it. I don't know. Is it Drop Dead Fred your favorite movie of all time for some weird reason? I want to know. All right, 2 on, nobody out. Back to the top of the order for Paul Goldschmidt. Curveball in the dirt for ball 1. See, Cabin Boy is really, really funny. That's a great first answer, Turtle Dove. I think that movie is hilarious. Happy Time Murders. Is that the one with the puppets and Melissa McCarthy? I have not seen that. I heard it was terrible. I might check it out now. 1-1 the count on Goldschmidt. Hit on the ground, right to third. They go to second for 1, over to first. 2, a double play. Just what we needed. Whoops, wrong button. Yeah, Gary, you're going to have to do better than Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump, you might know somebody who doesn't like it, but it's widely, adored. You're gonna have to dig deeper than that, Gary. Come on, the Garbage Pail Kids movie, something like that. The Orioles are going to put Judge on for free with a runner at third and 2 down, and I don't have an issue with this move at all. Going to go after the lefty Cody Bellinger. 3-0 Yankees. Runners at the corners with 2 down. 1 run in the inning. Pitch. Swing and a miss by Bellinger. What? I know what you're thinking, Turtle Dove. Hey, Turtle Dove, I know what you're thinking. What could be stranger than a big, fat-ass floating cupcake? How about one that spits tobacco? Ah, man, Cabin Boy has got so many memorable lines and moments. I mean, it is a mess of a movie, but the humor still shines through the mess that the movie is. The 1-1 to Bellinger popped up. This shit in the inning. Gunner saying, "Nobody get near me. I got it." He makes the catch on the outfield grass to end the inning. Povich gives up a run, but it could have been worse. A double play ball and a pop-up to get out of it as the Yankees lead this one 3-0. Again, Gary, you're not understanding this. Blazing Saddles is probably, if you polled like anybody over the age of 40, what their favorite comedy of all time is, a large chunk of people are going to name that movie like in their top 5. It's way too adored and popular of a movie. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, I think, is great. Okay, Tobe Hooper, director of the original, one of the best all-time horror movie classics. It is chef's kiss when it comes to atmosphere and just an unsettling feeling. The whole the art direction of that movie, everything about that movie, love it. He decided to go weird with 2. He wanted to go kind of a horror comedy, and I really appreciated it. He didn't just want to kind of remake the same thing. But yeah, a lot of people did not like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I love it. I love the character of what's his face with the metal plate in his head. Chop Top.
Hey, Leatherface, get her. Come on, Leatherface.
What else we got in here? 18 movie, never saw it. I'm sure it's terrible. The Quick and the Dead, that was like Sharon Stone trying to do a Western. Never saw it, but just the concept sounds terrible. But Mr. Hyde apparently likes it. Howard the Duck. Yeah, I remember I was probably 10 or 11 years old when that movie came out, and I was begging my mom to take me to see the movie. I guess she knew that it was a pile of garbage. I think it was in the theaters 2 weeks max. But I did see Howard the Duck in the theater. And even I, as an 11-year-old or whatever, had to sit there and go, wow, this movie sucks. But I still watched it when it came on cable. Dumb and Dumber is a masterpiece. I can't argue it. It is a solid comedy, but that's not really the topic here. We're trying to talk about movies that suck, but we're willing to admit we like it. Kobe Mayo is up, leading off the bottom of the 5th. The Yankees have a 3-0 lead. First pitch to Mayo is a strike. Mayo has a single in the game. 0-1 from Max Fried is low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, that's right. Leo DiCaprio was in that too. I've never seen it. 1-1 on the outside corner. Tried to backdoor Mayo with a curveball, but Fried does not get the call. 2 balls, 1 strike. Yep, that's not going to qualify, Bobo. The original Evil Dead, Sam Raimi, is considered by anybody who's a horror fan to be one of the all-time classics. That's not a so bad it's good movie. That's just a plain good movie. It's a very, not only is it good, it's a very influential movie. Wasn't it 8 heads in a duffel bag, Mac? I'm going to put you to the test. Joe Pesci, right? I believe it was 8 heads in that duffel bag. And yeah, that was a weird movie. It's almost like they just came up with a title and then tried to make a movie around it. That's a called strike 3 on Mayo. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. 7 strikeouts already for Max Fried. Yeah, Tusk. Never saw it. That's a Kevin Smith movie. Kevin Smith, obviously more known for his comedies. But that one, I've heard some interesting feedback about it. Never seen it, though. Sammy Basayo is up. First pitch to him is a strike. Yeah, Gene Hackman was in Quick and the Dead. Yeah, I do remember the cast. I just don't remember. I never saw it. Never did see it. I think that came out at a time where Westerns were kind of making a comeback, but it was getting a little bit oversaturated, you know? Like, what was that movie, like Bad Girls or whatever, where it was like a Western with like 4 badass chicks shooting guns? It was like Young Guns, but for chicks. It was like Drew Barrymore and I can't remember who was in it, but I'm like, all right, by the time that came out, I'm like, all right, I'm done with Westerns for now. And then little did I know I would be in store for 25 years of comic book movies as a replacement. Here's a ground ball up the middle, played by Volpe behind the second base bag. He'll go to first in time to retire Basayo. 2 down in the 5th. Folks, we got to keep talking because right now this game is a dud. This game right now is worse than any of the movies you've named. Here is Jorge Mateo. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Yeah, I mean, Bobo, to be fair, at the time of the release, Evil Dead was like a cult movie, drive-in movie, midnight movie, not a wide-release Hollywood film, right? But it picked up a lot of buzz over time, enough so that Raimi basically remade the same movie with Evil Dead 2. Now, here I am talking about I don't like remakes, but there are exceptions. Evil Dead 2 is one of them. Raimi got himself a bigger budget, said, let me make this movie again and show off what I can do with a little bit of money. And Evil Dead 2, for my money, one of the most entertaining movies out there ever. Just pure entertainment, one of the best. I mean, that movie is a laugh riot. Swing and a miss. Mateo strikes out. This game has been one to really not set a good tone. This has not been a good tone setter, but I was afraid of this, folks. Getting Max Fried in game 1 of this series so far, 1 hit. He struck out 8 of us, and we are getting dominated right now through 5 innings. 3-0 Yankees. Yeah, second Evil Dead, the jokes, the editing, everything, the practical effects, obviously. It's a masterpiece. Low-key, underappreciated Western open range. That sounds familiar. Who was in that, Phantom? Hey, folks, if you're annoyed by movie talk, I do apologize. I'm making a judgment call here. I'm doing my best to maintain the sanity of my fellow Oriole fans out there who are currently watching a game that isn't really fun to watch. If it starts to get fun, we'll put the emphasis where it belongs, okay? Left Behind with Nicolas Cage, not good. Now, Gary, remind me if... Now, are you saying you like it, or you're just saying it's bad? Because I think that's one of those, like, weird... and nothing against Christianity as a religion, but if you know, you know. There's, like, Christian movies that are made, like Kirk Cameron movies and stuff, that where it's all about the messaging, you know? And, you know, if you got a message you want to get out in some art form, I got nothing against it, but those movies are always bad. Those movies are always bad. I'm still waiting for a good one. Masters of the Universe, that was one of Cannon's last movies. Everybody loves They Live on point. Supergirl was just... You can't tell me you liked Supergirl. You're lying if you told me you liked it. It's awful. There's nothing redeeming going on there. Superman 3 is bad. Superman 4 is worse. At least we had Richard Pryor for 3. Blair Witch was garbage. Bobo, did you see it in the theater when it came out? Because that's really the only way you had a chance to enjoy it. You might not have if you did, but it was just a vibe, that Blair Witch. It was a vibe. You had to be there in a packed theater when it came out, before people even understood whether or not it was like a true story and all that stuff. There was a vibe going on. But yeah, it doesn't hold up for sure. Carnosaur. That was another Roger Corman movie. Roger Corman was the master of taking a popular movie franchise and trying to leech off of it. Carnosaur, I think, came out right after Jurassic Park. John Carlos Stanton is at the plate leading off the top of the sixth. Yenier Cano is on the mound to replace Cade Povich. And he's got a 1-2 count on Stanton. Yeah, folks, if you remember Blair Witch, late 90s, the internet was still kind of a new thing. Swing and a miss. Stanton strikes out. You know, I think Yenier Cano is a pitcher we can go to when we're losing. Just don't want to see him on the mound when we have a lead. Matt's chiming in. Logan's Run. You know, I've never sat down to watch Logan's Run. That was like late 70s, right? That's one of those sort of post-apocalyptic kind of scenario movies, right? Hey, Jazz Chisholm is up, folks. Jazz Chisholm is at the plate. First pitch is inside. Ball 1 to Jazz Chisholm. Folks, don't mind me. Jazz is pinch hitting here for Ahmed Rosario. Swing and a miss. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Jazz is hitting .241. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 to Jazz. Up. Breaking the action here. Stand by. Well, we got a couple of Sharknado votes. Again, though, Jazz hits one out to right. That ball is going to get down for extra bases. Jazz will pull in the second with a 1-out double. Next time, buddy. Next time. Leprechaun 1 through 100. Yeah, I love the horror series that just go off the rails, where they cannot figure out a concept. Whenever your horror movie starts to wind up in space, it's time to just, call it a day. Leprechaun in space? Folks, don't become an astronaut for the small chance you might run into a murderous, rampaging leprechaun in outer space. Trent Grisham is up with 1 down. Jazz is at second base. The count is 0-1 on Grisham. Next pitch. Had the plate, but a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike. No such thing as a bad horror movie. That's very, very much not true. Come on. Come on, man. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I can name something that's not even a year old. That's a bad horror movie. There are plenty of bad. What are you, nuts? No such thing as a bad horror movie. All right. I'm gonna have to think about that. 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed. It's 2-2. Like, really, like Paranormal Activity Part 27 wasn't bad. Hey, let's just set up a camcorder in a bedroom, wait 57 minutes for a bed sheet to move, and call it a movie. Terrible. 2-2 the count on Grisham. Fouled away, we'll do it again. Again, we're getting people naming movies that they like. The whole idea is to name a movie that you are going to admit you enjoy even though you know it's bad. I don't know if we're understanding the assignment here, folks. 2-2 to Grisham. Fouled away, we'll do it again. Now there is one. Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. Now, was that a made-for-TV? It had to be made for TV. I've seen that. It's awful. It is so bad, George. But that is nice and obscure. I like it. 2-2 pitch to Grisham. Outside, full count. Spielberg said Jaws was basically Duel again with a shark. Yeah, folks, as you know, prominent and deservedly so as a director Spielberg is, the more you look at the kind of stuff he's done, it's all homage to filmmakers from the past. And there's a director out there right now who just made his second feature-length film, both in the horror genre, but they're very high style, high concept, very entertaining, and most importantly, like, general audiences can all vibe with this guy. You know, there's a lot of horror out there where, you know, it's polarizing. Some people like him, some people don't. But Zach Kreger, Cano picks off the base runner. Well, we did. We got him at third base. We nailed Jazz Chisholm on the base paths. Ha ha. Ha ha. Jazz thrown out, going to third base. Yeah, Jazz. Yeah, it sucks to be you, doesn't it?
As the 1-2 hit right back to Louie. Goes the second one. On the first, Jazz throws it. What the fuck was that? Jazz. The 3-2 pitch. Hit in the air to right field and deep. And the Mets have taken the lead. Fuck this team. Stick a fork in the Yankees. They're done, baby. Stick a fork in them.
What happened there, Jazz? What was that? Two down, runner at first. 0-2 the count on Anthony Volpe. Pitch up and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ah, my. That was a little bit of satisfaction on an otherwise not very fun night at the ballpark so far. 2 down, top of the 6th. The 1-2 is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, is that right? Huh, that's interesting. It's not as, it doesn't have the same. Here's a ground ball to short. Gunner over to first in time. And the inning is over. Cano let a couple of men on base, but one of them was nailed trying to take a base. Jazz Chisholm throwing out trying to go to third. So 1 man left. We go now to the bottom of the 6th inning. How many pitches? Oh, wait a minute. I need to check in on something here. Stand by. Please don't be there yet. Please don't be there yet. Oh my God, he hasn't gotten a single one. And now he's trying to raid other channels in order to get them. Oh, God. The links this guy goes to. Just the worst. Okay, where were we, folks? Using the truck sound effect for the shark. That reminds me of the famous Wilhelm scream. Folks, it feels like 20 years ago or so, nobody knew what you were talking about when you brought up the Wilhelm scream, but now I think it's kind of become part of pop culture, right? We all know about the Wilhelm scream. It sounds something like this. Oh, wait a minute. Here you go. That's it right there. That sound effect has been used in Hollywood movies going all the way back to, I believe, the 1940s. You hear it in movies like Star Wars, Indiana Jones, you name it. The Wilhelm scream. Yes, sir. I don't know who, I guess his name was Wilhelm. Whenever he recorded that yell, if he only knew the staying power of that little scream right there. Tarantino uses it too as a joke. You'll hear this yell like in Kill Bill. When Uma Thurman's like slicing up that band of Japanese mafia folks in that restaurant or whatever. I mean, she only slaughters like 88 people, but one of them makes this noise. Oh yeah, that's the sound of Jazz Chisholm getting thrown out at third base. Here it is. All right. Vasquez will lead it off for the Orioles in the bottom of the sixth. Yeah, Phantom, it's in so many movies. If you look into it, there's probably a master list out there of all the movies it's in. But for me, it's fun to just watch a movie and recognize it when it pops up. Because once you know it, you can't not hear it when you hear it. It's 1-2 on Vasquez. Max Fried is only on 62 pitches. Jesus Christ. And here's a swing and a miss on a curveball. We can't. This dude's going to go 8 innings at least. And we can't get to him. What are we going to do here? Yes, the Wilhelm scream. I love how Phantom is typing that in. I've said what it is now, I don't know, 9 times? I'm just teasing you, buddy. I'm teasing. Mountie with a line drive. Mountie with a base hit to left. Okay, a 1-out single. Ryan Mountcastle, turn on the frickin' faucet. We got something going on. Something's going on. Yeah, I've been sitting here explaining what the Wilhelm scream is for about 6 minutes, and then Phantom's like, oh yeah, that's the Wilhelm scream. Folks, if you step away and come back in the middle of something, assume that whatever the topic is has already been announced. I'm joking, Phantom. I'm joking. I can't help but tease. I'm a teaser. I'm a geezer. I'm a lover. And I'm a sinner. Westberg at the plate. First pitch was ball 1. A swing and a miss on a changeup off the plate. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, you deserve a little ribbing, but that's all. Just a little ribbing. The 1-1 to Westberg. Curveball swung on and missed. He is now Raiding yet another channel. How many raids is this now, dude? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 raids to try to take people from other people's live streams to bring it to his own. Westberg strikes out, 2 down. 10 strikeouts for Fried. Good grief. Oh, yeah. We're up to 90-plus likes, folks. Let's get it to 100. This game has been, yeah. It's not fun to watch the Yankees shut us down like this, but that's what's been going on here tonight. Max Fried is on his A game. Sweeper outside to Gunner for ball 1. Fried has not had to throw more than 17 pitches in an inning. He's had a 10-pitch inning, a 6-pitch inning, an 11-pitch inning, a 12-pitch inning. A strike right in there to Gunner, the count even up at 1-1. 6 more likes to 100, folks. Let's accomplish something tonight. One to Gunner. Low. All right, I'm going to try to think, for me, what is a guilty pleasure movie? Space Camp? But, I mean, if I'm going to name a movie that I liked a lot as a kid and watched a bunch, but I know it's corny. Gunner, base hit up the middle. And going first to third is Ryan Mountcastle. 2-out rally. Trying to get on the board here. Runners at first and third. Tying run is coming to the plate. Come on, baseball gods. Make this a ball game. Come on, make this a ball game. First and third, 2 down, and the bat of Tyler O'Neill. Buddy, you want to make up for some lost time? Hit the crap out of this. How are you calling that a strike? How are you calling that a strike? How are you calling that a strike? How? You gotta be kidding me, Blue. That pitch started outside and finished up. It was nowhere in the zone, you schmuck.
Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling?
Get the bee bag.
Oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! Oh, my eyes! Ah!
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to go to the board here. Let me look at the actual thing here. Show me where that pitch is. That is not a strike. That is not a strike. Definitely not for a first pitch on a breaking ball that, I mean, come on. Ugh. All right, 1-2 on O'Neill. Come on. Outside, 2-2. I heard a bugle in the stadium. I'm going to play it myself. We're going to work around it. We're going to work around it. We're going to do it anyway. F it. We'll do it live. 2-2 to O'Neill. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He strikes out and the inning is over. Season high 11 strikeouts through 6 innings for Max Fried, and I don't see any reason why he's not going to pitch the 7th. He's on 77 pitches. 3-0 Yankees as we go to the 7th inning. Ugh. Take it easy, man. Take it easy. Boy. There's certain times where a bad call really gets me fired up. First pitch of an at-bat when you're trying to get a rally going against a tough pitcher, and then you give me that call, I'm going to get upset. Same pitch, same location, in a different situation, I'm not so upset. But hot damn. It's our first chance at a rally here. That's what got me. That was a remake of The Wicker Man, Turtle Dove, The Wicker Man. The original Wicker Man, great cult classic, with Christopher Lee, among others. But, yeah, the remake by Neil LaBute, which is so strange, because if you know the director of that movie, Neil LaBute, the Nick Cage Wicker Man, his early movies were really interesting, funny, and pretty politically incorrect. His first movie was called In the Company of Men, which starred Aaron Eckhart, who you might know. That was his first role in anything. Kind of made Aaron Eckhart's career. But that movie is hilarious. It's about a couple of office workers being a couple of misogynistic a-holes. It's funny. And then he made a movie called Your Friends and Neighbors that had Ben Stiller in it, I think. No. The one with I think Ben Stiller, Catherine Keener. Nice cast. But again, everybody in that movie, everybody's a bad person. And it's a good watch. And then he made another one with Rachel Weisz, who, by the way, is gorgeous. Rachel Weisz, for me, last 30 years in Hollywood or whatever, one of the most beautiful women out there. Somebody debate me. Criminally underrated Rachel Weisz. Chase McDermott is on the pitch, and if this goes anything like his debut out of the bullpen a couple of days ago, I'm not sure I want to watch. But here we go. A 1-0 pitch to Caballero is low. 2-0 to Jose Caballero, the number 8 batter. He's been on base both times tonight with a single and a walk. Up and in, and it's 3-0. McDermott yet to throw a strike. Good grief. Yeah. Well, again, Phantom, I will say this. If you're going to use Cano, and you have to use all of your bullpen arms somewhere, then I would rather him come out in a situation like he did versus having a lead. You know what I mean? That pitch is high. McDermott walks the first batter he faces. The number 8 hitting, right-handed hitting, no power hitting, but all speed. So walking him really is the worst thing you can do, Jose Caballero. Lead-off walk to a guy that's going to probably try to steal second base here in the next couple of pitches. Austin Wells at the plate. Throw down to first by Basayo to check on Caballero. Good throw there, but Caballero gets back safely. Oh, folks, another guilty pleasure for me, 1980s Xanadu. Xanadu is utter trash. It's almost unwatchable. Plot, you say? You want a plot? Sorry, none to be found with Xanadu. But I can't help but watch it. The soundtrack is fantastic. I love it. I love the ELO stuff. And, you know, I saw that movie when I was a little boy. And the opening of that movie where, like, these little sirens come out of the wall, like this graffiti painting of these these beautiful young ladies, and they come out of the wall and start dancing around. I remember, like, being 5 years old watching that going, these girls are pretty. BW felt something in his nether regions for the very first time in his life watching Xanadu. So it holds a special place. Maybe not necessarily in my heart, but somewhere. Chase McDermott has just issued 2 straight walks. Are you kidding me? I was really excited to see what McDermott could do as a relief pitcher, and so far it has been an unmitigated disaster. A disaster. 9 pitches, 8 out of the zone, 2 walks to begin the inning to the 8 and 9 batters in the lineup. This game is about to get out of hand. This game is about to get out of hand. I need a lucky. The hat is like, don't look at me. Don't look at me. The hat's like, look, I can't give you magic if Mancelino's going to pull this voodoo shit. Folks, we're in trouble. 3-0 Yankees in the top of the 7th. They've got 2 on and nobody out. And now the top of the order, Paul Goldschmidt with Aaron Judge on deck. Chase McDermott has thrown 1 strike since coming into the ball game. First pitch to Goldschmidt, ball 1. Didn't even have to wait for it to get to the plate. I just knew it right out of the hand, ball 1. One-0 pitch. There's a strike. That's now 9 balls to 2 strikes for McDermott since coming in. The 1-1 tries to get the outside corner, and the ump says, okay, I'll mercifully give you a strike. It's 1-2. That looked pretty borderline to me. But we need it. 1-2 on Goldschmidt. Pitch. What is that? Terrible pitch. It bounced 2 feet to the right of Basayo. Excuse me, he was able to backhand it with his glove and not let it get by him. The count is 2-2. Full count as that pitch is an inch outside. Line foul down the left field line. Still full count. Payoff pitch. Hit on the ground and down the right field line, fair. 1 run will score. Here comes another. No, it's just the 1? Okay. First and third, a run is in on an RBI single down the right field line by Paul Goldschmidt. McDermott has not recorded an out. And it's just Aaron Judge up next. What's to worry about here? 4-0 Yankees. First pitch is crushed. But right to O'Neill and left, he makes the catch. Still, we're going to get, the Yankees are going to get a run out of the play. Austin Wells tags and scores from third base on a sac fly by Judge. It's 5-0. Still only 1 out in the inning. with a runner at first base. Cody Bellinger takes outside for ball one. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. McDermott has gotten one out, and it's Aaron Judge. That's baseball for you, folks. That pitch is nowhere close. 2-0 on Bellinger. Two-0. That's neck high, 3-0. Folks, we might need to get back to that bad movie topic we were having so much fun with. There's a strike, top of the zone, 3-1 on Bellinger. Pitch. That's ball four. Third walk by McDermott. It's too bad. It's too bad. I don't get it. I don't get it, Chase. I get it. I mean, I do get it that, you know, AAA and the bigs is a big leap. You can't just translate minor league numbers to the bigs. It doesn't work that way. But how do you go from a 1.57 ERA to whatever this is? I mean, you can't even throw a strike. 1-0 on Stanton. I mean, it's not like the strike zone is different up here. Throw some frickin' strikes. 1-0 to Stanton. Lined. Fair ball. Down the left field line. One run is in. Another one will score as O'Neill has trouble digging it out of the corner. It's a 2-run double for Stanton. And the Yankees are up by a touchdown. This game is over. Barring a miracle, the Orioles are set to lose their 81st game of the season here tonight. And Mancelino takes McDermott out of the game, as if a move now somehow helps. As if a move now somehow helps. Top of the seventh, one down. Call the bullpen. BW needs a break.
He met a strange friend in the Chesapeake Bay when Monday the Monster...
Well, we at least have the benefit of being a nationally televised ball game. Jose Castillo, who was scraped off the waiver wire heap from the Mariners. He's been with 4 teams now this season. A left-hander is on the pitch for us, first time. Castillo is facing Jazz Chisholm. First pitch is a strike. First pitch is a strike. Jazz doubled his first time up and then got picked off trying to go to third. Caught in a rundown. Jason Dominguez is pinch running. For who? For Stanton at second base. So Stanton out of the ball game. Jazz just fouled one off his upper thigh area, I think, and he is down on one knee, feeling some pain. Look, I might be a petty person, but I'm not a complete pile of dung. I'm not sitting here hoping Jazz is in pain, but that ball bounced up and got him right in the nuts. Baseball gods, I know you exist. Look, he's going to be okay. I'm sorry, Jazz. I'm sorry that you just hit a ball into your balls, but I guess karma is a real thing, isn't it? Oh, yeah. You know it hit him in the balls because he's holding his stomach. Fellas, you know how it is when you get one to the nuts. You get that stomach pain. Oh, Jazz, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. You know who's really sorry about this? Maverick Handley. I'm sure Maverick right now is hoping you're okay. All right. Well, I'll give you this, Jazz. I guess you do have a pair of balls. That is a swing and a miss. Chisholm strikes out on 3 pitches and hits himself in the nutsack. Yes! Yes!
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
We may lose this game. We may get our asses handed to us, but I had my moment of the night. I had my comeuppance moment, and it came up right into Jazz Chisholm's groin. 2 down in the inning, runner at second base. Here's Trent Grisham. He's 0 for 2. Oh, Basket Case. Yeah, that's a classic. That 1980 low-budget horror movie shot on the dirty streets of Manhattan back in the day. I love movies shot in Manhattan. Before, they cleaned it up. You get that grimy, low-budget feel in every movie they shoot. This pitch is in the dirt. It's a ball and 2 strikes. I don't know if it's one good thing, Bam, or 2 good things. It depends exactly how that ball hit him in the nuts. Did it hit one nut, or did it hit both? It might have been 2 good things. Strike 3. All right, Castillo strikes out. Trent Grisham looking to end the inning. The Yankees have blown it wide open here with a 4-run 7th inning. They now lead it 7-0, but Jazz Chisholm took a shot to the nuts himself. That's the beauty of it. We're not a team that's going to throw at your guy. But if you're going to get the job done yourself, then feel free. We've reached the 7th inning stretch, folks. That's 2 balls with 1 strike on Jazz. Folks, it's 7th inning stretch time here In the Charm City chat, I know this game has been brutal so far, but you're here. Let's do the old tradition. Let's throw some cakes on the griddle. Get those cakes up in the chat, folks.
Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy.
His sub count has not moved. He raided Rhino, so that's another raid. How many raids now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 raids. 0. I got to refresh this. Am I looking at this right?
Rebound to the floor.
Oh, sorry. Folks, I'll be right back. Max Fried is out to start the 7th inning, and the first pitch is a big old curveball in there for strike 1 to Jeremiah Jackson. Fried has been dealing all night long, and we don't have an answer. Jeremiah fouls off the next pitch. It's 0-2. Jackson did get a walk in this game. Back in the 2nd inning. Didn't lead to anything, obviously. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Jeremiah down on 3 pitches, strikes out. Max Fried now has a season high on strikeouts against us. Oh, folks. Kobe Mayo. Low and in for ball 1. A dozen strikeouts for Fried. 3 hits and a walk through 6 1/3. That curve missed. 2-0 on Mayo. Fried's pitch count now at 82. Probably will be his final inning. I mean, unless he gets 2 quick outs and he asks Aaron Boone, hey, man, I want to pitch a shutout. Might be up to him. Mayo launches one deep, but foul, off to the left. All right, the 2-1 pitch popped up out of play, 2-2. Somebody got to that foul ball way up there in the crowd. I say crowd. Not too many people sitting in the upper deck down the left field line. If I had to guess, I'd say there's maybe 25,000 people here. Swing and a miss. Mayo strikes out. That's a baker's dozen now for Max Fried. Absolute dominance. And we are the victims. Folks, tonight is an example of why a starting pitcher has more influence on a baseball game than anybody else. And it's not even close. Sammy Basayo with a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. I was hoping that the schedule would line up such where we could have had a showdown between Trevor Rogers and Max Fried. Rogers will be pitching tomorrow night against the right-hander Will Warren. Same start time as tonight. A little tapper in front of home plate along the first base line. Wells does a nice job to get to that ball and throw out Basayo. The inning is over. 7 shutout innings for Fried. If he wants to pitch the 8th, I'm sure he could. He's on 87 pitches. Purple Rain was horrible. I got to admit, I probably haven't seen that movie in 35 years or more. I think I remember watching part of it, and I was just like, eh. I was too... I mean, if there was something redeeming about a movie like that from a drama perspective, I guess I was too young to care. So, really, it was the music, the only thing. And, again, I haven't seen it since way back in the day. But the record is good. Prince's Purple Rain, what? Top 10 record of the 80s, probably, in terms of sales and all that. Big record. Morris Day and the Time is in that movie, right? That's where you get the Jungle Love song from, right? Isn't Morris Day like sort of the villain of that movie? I don't know. Let me see. Movies that are bad. Let me think. All right, here's a classic, Mac and Me. Mac and Me. Again, more derivative garbage. An attempted E.T. ripoff about 6 years too late. A 90-minute McDonald's commercial. Folks, you gotta appreciate an alien race that is only able to survive off of sipping Coca-Cola out of a straw. That's their sustenance. That's how they get on. Who knew that Coca-Cola was just randomly found in the ground on their home planet? You just stick a straw in the ground, and you're good. Flight of the Navigator. I thought that was a good, fun movie for kids. Anthony Volpe. We missed the first pitch. It was called a strike. The next one from Castillo is outside. Is 1-1 on Volpe. Bottom of the order due up for the Yankees. Volpe's 1 for 3. Fouled away. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Oh, God. That Indiana Jones Crystal Skull movie. Trash. And whatever that latest one was, I'm never going to see it. Why would I? Volpe with a check swing. He didn't go. It's 2-2. Oh, on points. Got one. Yeah, Flight of the Navigator is a little kid. He finds a spaceship. There's like a talking... I want to say Paul Rubens, a.k.a. Pee Wee Herman, was the voice of the little robot buddy on the spaceship there. Strike 3. Castillo rings up Volpe looking on a pitch at the bottom of the zone.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Yeah, we don't even have to talk about anything that's a remake or anything from the past 15, 20 years. That's all. I'm talking. You got to go back. Here's a ground ball to third. Big bounce for Jackson. No, wait, is Jeremiah at third now? That's Westberg. Sorry. Westberg with the play. 2 down. My apologies. Bases empty, 2 down. Yankees ahead 7-0 in the top of the 8th. Austin Wells singled, walked, scored a run, and driven in a run tonight. The Running Man was terrible? Are you talking about the original Arnold movie with Richard Dawson as the villain? Oh, I mean, it's cheese, but it is peak 80s Arnold action cheese. I love The Running Man. Sub-Zero. Now, just plain zero. I mean, I swear, of all the one-liners from Arnold for, like, killing off somebody in a movie, I think the best ones are in The Running Man. He had a great line for all of them. Where's Buzzsaw? He had to split. Get it? Because he split him in half with a chainsaw. Swing and a miss by Wells. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, Richard Dawson. I mean, the casting of Richard Dawson was an inspired choice. He was perfect. Not exactly known as a movie star. We basically know him as the Family Feud guy, and if you know a little bit more, a regular on Match Game. 2-2 on Austin Wells. 2 down, nobody on in the top of the 8th. The pitch from Castillo is fouled away. Have I seen his TV show Fubar? He who? Richard Dawson? Hey, Throw Mama from the Train is a good one.
Owen, get me my soda.
Line drive, base in the right field by Austin Wells. A 2-out single, which will bring the top of the order up again.
You clumsy poop. Owen.
Ah, the late Ann Ramsey. Boy, was she a looker. Folks, I told you my first love was seeing Olivia Newton-John in Xanadu, but a close second, Ann Ramsey. Mama Fratelli. All those great Ann Ramsey roles. She was a homeless lady in Scrooged. Had about 2 lines. Here's a ball hit to right. That ball will hang up there for Jeremiah Jackson. He makes the catch and the inning is over. Goldschmidt lines out to right field to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Orioles are down a touchdown and an extra point. Ann Ramsey was, Richard Dawson. Yeah, Richard Dawson was on Hogan's Heroes. I was about to say, Ann Ramsey was on Hogan's Heroes? Street Fighter movie with Jean-Claude. Yeah, that was bad. It was really bad. I think that was Raul Julia's last role before he died tragically way too soon. Not the best last role to have. But, yeah, Raul Julia as, what's the main villain? I forget. It's been a long time since I played Street Fighter. Carol Kane is in Scrooged. I love Carol Kane. She's been in a lot of stuff. She was the wench next to Billy Crystal in Princess Bride. What else has she done? She was on Taxi, right? As sort of a reoccurring guest, I want to say. Wasn't she like the girlfriend of a character or something? Carol Kane. Oh, M. Bison. Thank you, on point. God, I haven't heard that name in forever. Yeah, Addams Family, obviously Raul Julia's biggest, like, most notable film role. You know a movie I really liked with him and Richard Dreyfuss? A movie that, at the time, didn't get a whole lot of buzz. It wasn't panned, just didn't really make an impact. but it's a movie I feel like everybody has forgotten about. Called Moon Over Parador. Anybody ever seen a movie called Moon Over Parador? It's a good movie. I mean, I haven't seen it in forever, so maybe a rewatch. I won't be as, positive about it, but I remember liking that movie a lot when I saw it way back in the day. Hey, Scotty Boy is in with a super chat. How you doing, Scotty? Sorry about this game we're watching.
Message for you, son.
Scotty says he's visiting the chat and bringing a small gift. Folks, I appreciate it. No size is too small. That's how you know I'm a guy. No woman would ever say that, right? Just kidding. Thank you, Scotty Boy. Thank you very much. Jorge Mateo leading off. Here's a ground ball to third. Caballero will throw out Mateo, 1 down in the 8th. Paul Blackburn is on the pitch. Max Fried's day is done. 87 pitches, 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 13 strikeouts without giving up a run. His ERA is down to 2.92. Tango and Cash for me is probably the most 80s of any 80s movie out there. When somebody asks me, name a movie that really sums up the 80s, I honestly think it's Tango and Cash. It's got all the elements. Everything about it says this is the 80s. And Kurt Russell's mullet in that movie is probably at its peak. Peak mullet time for Kurt Russell. 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. Ryan Mountcastle got a base hit his last time up, 1 for 3. Big trouble in Little China. Curveball fouled off. 1-1 on Mountie. It is 7-0 Yankees. They scored 2 in the first inning, and I said it then. Boy, I hope that isn't going to be all that they need to win this game. But it is looking more and more like that 2-run first is all that it was needed tonight. Cuffs. Now, are you talking about... Wow, George, that is a pull. Is that Christian Slater cop movie? And I believe they had the audacity to spell it with a K. Kuffs. Cuffs. That movie? Called strike 3 on Mountcastle. He can't believe it. The inning is over. We go to the 9th. Let's just end this. Aaron Judge is due up next. That was probably early 90s, if I had to guess, George. I think for Slater, the 80s ended with like Heathers and maybe Pump Up the Volume. By the time you get to Cuffs, I think it's probably like 90, 91. But before True Romance, which was like 92, 93, right? Anyway, what a movie to bring up. Cuffs. I never thought that movie would ever get brought up again in my lifetime. In fact, I don't think it was ever brought up when it was a movie, like in its own time. It just took 35 years for somebody to mention it. Idle Hands. That's like a maybe about 97 horror comedy. That came out when I was working in a movie theater. I don't think I sat down to watch it. It seemed a little too heavy on the comedy and not enough on the horror. And at that time, I think I was more into wanting to feel the horror than the comedy. Again, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. Evil Dead 2 is a horror comedy, to be sure, and I love it. But it's no Idle Hands. Yeah, Cuffs with a K. Because why not, right, George? Makes it sound cooler. Cuffs. It's awful. You know, they tried to do a crossover movie called Cuffs and Hooch, starring Christian Slater and a dog in a buddy cop movie. But that never quite panned out. Cuffs and Hooch. Yeah, Scotty. Well, you know, you make a series of bad off-season moves, and the players you bring in perform terribly. I mean, I don't think you can come up with an example to sum up how this season got destroyed before we hit the month of May than to point out the first 6 or 7 starts made by Charlie Morton. All of them losses, all of them blowouts. And then he has the audacity to finally start pitching well, just so we can trade him away. At least we got something back. Aaron Judge leading off the top of the 9th. Cade Stroud is on the pitch. I don't know why. Why are we wasting one of our decent arms in a situation like this? I don't get this at all. Yet another questionable move here by Mansolino. Go to like Grant Wolfram or something. Go to Yeremil Geraldo. Don't go to this guy. This guy's actually decent. This game's already over. What are we doing? 1-1 the count on Aaron Judge. What the hell was Mansolino thinking? I mean, the score line, honestly, folks, when I saw the lineup tonight, this is pretty much what I saw coming. Now, obviously, I'm not going to come on the air and say that because, you know, that's not what a fan should be doing. Yeah, Scott, I just realized Wolfram was optioned back to AAA like a couple of days ago to make room for the guy that just pitched, Castillo. One lefty sent down, replaced by another. But we do have Geraldo out there. That's somebody. It's a full count on Aaron Judge. Weird lineup. Bad defensive lineup. We brought in McDermott when we've only seen him once and he was terrible. There's a swing and a miss. Stroud strikes out Aaron Judge, which is nice. The problem is it's in a situation where it doesn't really matter. That's why I want to save him for a closer game, perhaps tomorrow. Cade Stroud strikes out Aaron Judge, 1 away in the 9th. Here's Bellinger. Swing and a miss. I mean, there aren't even the Oriole fans left around to watch Stroud pitch. Like, who is benefiting from this? The 0-1. Grounded foul, it's 0-2. I mean, if you had it in mind to go to Stroud at any point tonight, bring him in when it's a game. When you went to McDermott, you could have gone to Stroud, right? Whatever. Swing and a miss. Look at this. Cade Stroud just struck out Aaron Judge and Cody Bellinger back to back. Again, you would love to see that in a close game where we're trying to hold a lead and those heavy hitters are coming up and we got somebody in the pen that can handle it. But no, we use them in the 9th inning of a 7-0 ball game. It's just so stupid, Tony. It's just so dumb. And you cannot explain this. We're going to have to stick around for a post-game press conference. I gotta hear his excuses again this time. 1-0 to Jason Dominguez. Ground ball to third. Charging it is Westberg. Throws on the run, and Dominguez is retired in the inning. We go to the bottom of the ninth. The Orioles have not even half as many hits as the Yankees have runs. 7-0 Yanks. Going to the bottom of the ninth. Hi, Sabrina. Hi. Folks, once again, apologies for not having the scoreboard presentation tonight with the balls and strikes. It's a Fox game, and it's spoiling because the timing is bad. But guess what? If there was going to be a night without looking at a pitch-by-pitch sequence, this was the night. You don't want to see this. You don't want to see any of this. So just don't worry about it, all right? Hey, sub count. There it is. Hasn't moved today. We could work on that, maybe. We could work on that. Is he still without one? Wow. And it's the end of the game. It's the end of the game. There's 1 second left. And that number has not moved the entire night. Wow. Wow. Folks, no offense, but I can't wait to end my stream tonight and talk to a couple of friends about a little something going on behind the scenes. Because this is get your popcorn ready kind of stuff right here. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Tony's Tony. I think we know what we have in Tony Mansolino. Look, it's not like I'm sitting here thinking he's just this terrible human being. He's just not manager material. That's no offense. No offense. Obviously, the Orioles didn't have a better idea. I feel like Buck Britton probably would have made more sense if we're going to promote somebody internally. But maybe they're trying to groom Britton to take over the team in a more start from scratch kind of a way rather than just come in and try to manicure a mess that has been left behind like Mansolino's been asked to do. I don't know. All I know is, come opening day 2026, I need to see somebody else calling the shots. 0-1 to Westberg. Swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Jordan Westberg is 0 for 3, and correct me if I'm wrong, he's still looking for his first hit since coming back from injury. He has gotten on base with a couple of walks. And Westberg just chased one off the plate low and away to strike out. Second strikeout for Paul Blackburn, who's in his second inning of work, looking to close it out here. So that's the other thing. The Yankees tomorrow will have a full complement. I mean, I know their bullpen isn't exactly lights out, but all they're using is Blackburn, who's basically a starter long man who's coming into a game that's already decided to mop it up on the winning side. They're going to have all their, specialists, lefty, righty, relievers. They're all going to be ready tomorrow. It's 2-0 on Gunnar Henderson. He's got one of the 3 Oriole hits. That ball is a check swing foul, and it'll fall near the third base coach, Buck Britton. Foul ground. Strike 1. Hey, Froggy, thanks. I should have brought this up more often. Folks, please do me a favor, and I will redirect the stream over to JJ tonight. But if you haven't been there already, Froggy has posted a link. It's a charity event as he's calling ball games. Gunnar with a feeble swing here on a pitch low. The count is 2-2. Hey, thank you, World Tour. It's okay. Just consider yourself, a rare breed in a good way. You're a Yankee fan that can come over to the opposition team's channel, admit who you are, enjoy the content. Gunnar with a ground ball to Volpe, crossing over to the second base side of the bag to field it. Gunnar will be retired. The Orioles are down to their final out. The Orioles are down to their final out. Game 1 of a 4-game series has been an absolute dud. A dud. And honestly, I think I have to retract I don't know if I promised it or what, but nah, I'm not sticking around for Tony's post-game press conference. I'm going to send you over to JJ. We're going to make it quick. Tonight's just been terrible. I even shaved for this. I even cleaned up my beard to look a little nicer today. And I regret that decision. 1-1 pitch is tapped foul on the first base side. We are down to our final strike. Tyler O'Neill is 0 for 3. I want to thank everybody here in the Charm City chat for sticking this one out with me. Very little to be happy about. I mean, we all know what the best moment of the night was. It happened to Jazz Chisholm's nuts. Pitch is off the plate. The count is 2-2. Yes, Scott, I think tonight was just a case of Tony thinking, well, lefty on the mound, let me sit on my lefties. In what world is Jorge Mateo facing a lefty better than any lefty we have facing a lefty? Payoff pitch to O'Neill. That is ball 4. Okay. Home plate ump could have ended the ball game right there if he wanted to. It was close enough. But apparently he doesn't have dinner reservations. He wants to hang out a little bit longer. We have a base runner with 2 down in the 9th. Jeremiah Jackson coming up next. First pitch is a foot outside, ball 1. Hearing me quote the cupcake from Cabin Boy. Hey, you want to know my favorite bit from Cabin Boy, Turtle Dove? It's the part where Chris Elliott's character, that's a strike. It's 1-1 on Jeremiah. It's when he realizes that he's on this ship going the wrong place. He wants to go to Hawaii, right? So he goes to the deck of the ship and finds Andy Richter, a young Andy Richter, standing alone next to the, what do you call it, the steering wheel or whatever of the ship. And Chris Elliott says, you know, your captain says we should plan a course for Hawaii. Did he say that, really? Yeah, you should plan a course for Hawaii. And Andy Richter proceeds to just take this giant ship wheel and just give it a huge spin. And it just makes about 2,000 revolutions. And then he just grabs it, stops, just sort of taps it over a little bit and goes, okay, we're going to Hawaii. I guess I can't tell it the way it is a shot. Here's a comebacker to the pitcher. Underhand flip to first. Jeremiah is retired, and this ball game is mercifully over. The Orioles didn't have a chance. The Yankees put up 2 runs in the top of the first. Before we had a chance to swing a bat, they had already scored more runs than they needed to win this ball game. Final score 7-0. 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors for New York. No runs on just 3 hits. No errors for Baltimore. Max Fried, clearly the winner. That is his 18th win of the season. Cade Povich, the loss. He falls to 3-8. The Yankees left 6 men on base. We left 5. We did pick off a couple of base runners tonight. That was nice. But otherwise, this was one to forget. Chase McDermott, it has to be said. Whatever he was building off of as a reliever in the minors, he needs to go back and regain something. Like, it's been 2 appearances. He's looked absolutely awful. Like he doesn't know what he's even doing out there. He's not comfortable out there. I don't know what it is. But he's not ready for this. I don't want to see him back out here again this season. Honestly. Go work on some stuff, Chase. I'm not going to give up on you. Like, career-wise. But for the remainder of this season, you're not ready. Okay? To no surprise, the bottom of the order, Jorge Mateo, Luis Vasquez, offers. Just an ugly game. Just an ugly game, and I'm ready to get the hell out of here, folks. Time of the game, just 2 hours and 38 minutes. That's not even 10 p.m. local time in Baltimore. Attendance, I think I guessed about 24,000. 25,253. The Orioles have now lost their 81st game of the season, so that's it. We have to win out in order to not have a losing season. Still possible, but not in any way, shape, or form probable. Hey, there's Ken Rosenthal interviewing yet another person 3 feet taller than him. And I'm ready to turn off this Fox broadcast. You know what? Screw Fox. Screw them, screw them, screw them. They had a terrible broadcast tonight. The audio quality was bad. Yeah. Everything sucked here. This really sucked. So I'm going to get out of here. Tomorrow, folks, look, you got to do your part as a fan. Put this one behind you. No need to dwell on a game like this because it was bad, okay? But we're not going to sit here and just roll over all weekend, okay? I refuse. Maybe if we're sitting on 100 losses and we are the worst team in baseball and we're playing a team like, I don't know, the Brewers, maybe I would be like, whatever. But this is the Yankees, all right? And I'm not going to roll over for these remaining 6 games head-to-head. Let's do better, all right? So our 3-game winning streak is over. We're back to being 3 games behind the Rays. Still have 3 games head-to-head with them. But, yeah, this was an ugly one, and it's time to go. Please return tomorrow. The stream will start at 7 o'clock sharp Eastern Time. I did not switch the matchups scrolling at the bottom of the screen. I believe it is Trevor Rogers against Will Warren. So let me just type that in here real quick. Trevor Rogers, folks, you don't want to miss a Trevor Rogers start, right? Rogers versus Will Warren tomorrow night. I think we've got a pretty good chance to level up this series with that pitching matchup. So come on back and let's try to respond after this awful, awful result. I'm going to set you up to go to JJ now. Once again, I'm going to go in there and say hi to him. How long I hang out, I can't say because I probably want to go grab a bite to eat. But I'm definitely going to go in there and check in and all that good stuff. So that's where we're going now. Okay, folks, I want to say thanks to everybody in the Charm City chat. the mods for the bang-up job they're doing, keeping the chat nice and charming. We had a super chat come in. We had a magic membership gifted once again. And we got the likes over 100 on an otherwise forgettable night. So I do appreciate all the help that goes into keeping this channel growing and going. All right. We're a grower, but tonight we were not a shower. You feel me? All right. Until tomorrow night, folks. I think tomorrow night I'm going to have to wear the hat right from the jump. I mean, be here for when we go on the air. The hat will already be on. I might put it on now and sleep tonight with it on. I don't know. But, yeah. We need some help from the hat. All right, folks. Have a good rest of your night. And until tomorrow night, this has been the BirdWatcher, and I will chirp at you later. Sending it now over to Play-by-Play with JJ. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. All right. I thought I saw something. Take it easy, folks. Have a good night.